Si Ate. Si Vice. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Having our actually your city government is now about to launch post-lifting plan of ECQ. We've been doing a lot of tests. We can test people who participate in this. There are two types of testing that we do. One, the rapid testing kit. Those who will turn maybe false positive or false negative under RTK will be submitted to gold standard test, which is the swab. And we have partnered already with private sectors. The city has the capacity to Miss Modesty as about 300 a day. From 20 a day.
Wow.
Because this is our approach in opening businesses to normalize, to lower the level of anxiety of our constituents. The tired, anxious, economically speaking, depleting resources of individuals. And of course the government. And I don't want to turn our city in a socialism government. And I want the people to believe that the issue is health, hindi ayuda. Kasi nangyayari ngayon, ayuda na yung laging issue. Ayuda is just an assistance. But the focus is health. And we're about to launch also an application where you yourself can be away with possible and confirmed individual with this technology and scanning your surroundings while you're at work, traversing, on your way home and work. So we created that system. It's going to be finished in a few days. So we're utilizing technology for the people to self-behave. The key is for the people to participate so that we can zero in with patient zero on a particular community. If we find him or her as soon as possible, the better, so that we can help them, medically speaking. May malaking bagay ito kasi this can be a part of our post-lifting ECP plan. We need to live. We need to normalize. We need business to run. Through business, people will have income. When your government will have income, those type of income will be utilized to address COVID. If we continue to utilize our money to socialize, to ameliorate the situation, the end result will be literally bad for us. We don't have money, we don't have medicine, we don't have medicine, we don't have doctors, nurses, and so on and so forth. So we have to take the challenge. We're going to do that. Maybe 500 deaths. You saw it, so some facilities. So we are very grateful to FoodPanda for helping us. There's about 30,000. If you are interested with the numbers, most likely motorized and non-motorized. that can be utilized within the community. Because every tricycle has their TODA for a particular route, A and B. A to B, sorry. So there is about 30,000 motorists. Your instant distributor. So as another mode of income naman of tricycle drivers from the regular customer, which I believe when we open, medyo light pa rin ang kita nila because some will be allowed, some will not be allowed. So the regular bulk of customer will not be attained by the drivers. But with FoodPanda, of course, we can give extra income to tricycle drivers. Thank you. I don't know if you met the Vice Mayor. Vice Mayor. So, thank you sa inyo. Ha? Malaking bagay ito.
Thank you.
TV naman po, TV.
TV natin sila.
Usog lang yun. Ano yun?
Pakisuyo lang. TV.
May TV naman.
Thank you. Ganyan naman.
Mawala ng kamayan.
Mayor, ano lang po magiging epekto nito dito sa mga magiging beneficiary itong partnership?
Well, one, we are very grateful to FoodPanda and its family for choosing Manila to give opportunity, especially yung unang-unang Rafi, yung unang-unang tinamaan ng ECQ is yung mga naghahanap buhay sa 3 gulong at 4 na gulong. You know, as we all know, katulad ko, dati akong soccer boy, kami nabubuhay lang sa araw-araw. So pagka may biyahe, may kita. But as we all know that ECQ halted the opportunity of transport group to earn a living every day for the past almost 2 months. And doing this, which is the food industry, is one of the exempted in the ECQ, and there are people needed, logistically speaking, and tapping Manilans sa industriya ng 3 gulong. We're very happy and excited because at least this will give a chance for the 3 gulong industry na magkaroon ng extra income, whether under ECQ or maybe in the near future under GCQ, both. No? So masaya kami kasi alam naman natin na ang isang epekto ng ECQ o generally speaking COVID-19 presence in our community is yung livelihood ng tao, trabaho at negosyo. So in the case of business can still flourish in the city of Manila with regard to food industry, at the same time being supported by the community through city government, and now with the help of the private sector, utilizing a particular technology. Tingin ko, yung buong ecosystem on providing opportunity or job or income for certain sectors of our community will be addressed through this memorandum of agreement.
So, sa rep ng FoodPanda, will you be partnering with other cities or will you be observing what will happen in Manila first?
We hope to partner with other cities, same sort of setup as in Manila. We're looking at ASIC in the very next few days to roll out a similar initiative.
And are you willing to extend this after the ECQ or the GCQ? Is this part of a new normal?
I think it makes sense for both sides. I think, as the Mayor mentioned earlier, the new normal seems to be that there is a continued demand for delivery services, and we need to ensure that the supply of riders is going to be adequate. At the same time, there are limited income opportunities for the people within those communities, so it's a very happy marriage.
I don't know who can answer this question, but how will you be vetting the partners for this program? Is there a particular skill for them, or is there a particular skill that you're looking for them?
Well, one of the natural skills becoming a tricycle driver is geographically, it is in your fingertips in terms of experience on where to, how to go efficiently on a particular client within the radius of your task. No? Mas kabisado. Kasi from my point of view, the way I understanding food delivery system utilizing technology is it always speaks of available delivery boy or delivery person within a particular radius. So it's going to be more efficient, FoodPanda is going to be more efficient utilizing this person existing underutilized, but they know better than anybody else whether if you're going to compare it to a new delivery guy who will go in a particular community who doesn't understand esquinitas or boulevards. With tricycle drivers, they've been there for quite some time. So, if I may put this in right perspective, they even know to the point who are they going to deliver with because they are familiar with the house, the address, and the person because these are regular customers of tricycle drivers within the community. Kaya mas efficient, and they are right in tapping this. FoodPanda is right in tapping these people within the community. Second, I agree with FoodPanda that there will be high demand of food delivery services in the coming weeks and months, as long as there is COVID-19 in our community. Because I think, from what I believe, people will continue to behave in the new normal. So, yung mga tao na excited, siyempre pinakamasarap, excited kayo kumain kayo sa restaurant. Yun ang old normal. Yun yung maganda, kasama mo pamilya mo. But I think lalaki ang percentage ng mga tao, they would rather buy through online delivery system to keep themselves safer. At the same time, enjoy the food that they want. So tingin ko, yun ang magiging bagong, I'm not an economist, but the way I understand it, the people will behave this way. So I agree that there will be more demand from logistics tapping individuals. Like in this case, it's perfect. You know, Manila, for that matter, is about 70,000 per square kilometer. That's how dense we are. That's how more exposed we are in terms of contagion, because it can easily spread from one person to another because of the density within a square kilometer. So having this type of services, tingin ko mas malilimitahan at mas magtatagumpay ang gobyerno sa panawagan ng physical distancing. So the point is, restaurants now can open or maybe strengthen their ability to address demand of food delivery. At the same time, here we are, FoodPanda is an app company to provide, to bridge consumer and the food provider. So lalaki, gaganda, tingin ko mas ayos. And hopefully, and I believe, tingin ko naman na makakatulong ng gusto to sa mga tricycle driver. Kasi talagang ubos na rin ng opportunity na, talagang depleting yung opportunity ng driver nowadays sa community dahil nga wala silang customer for the past 2 months. Kung maalala nyo nga, hindi naman sa pagbubuhat ng bangko, nung mag-close tayo, nung mag-ECQ, the drivers were the first attended by the local government unit. Because I, for one, as a former tricycle sidecar boy, I know how it feels na yung first day lang, one day, hindi ka lumabas, wala kang chicha. So that's why we attended to them. Sila yung unang-unang binigyan talaga natin ng konting ayuda. Then, if you heard about a few days ago, the second tranche ayuda for our tricycle drivers. And they are the one also who benefited from the SAP. And the jeepney drivers also benefited from the SAP through LTFRB. And the city government appropriated about a sack of rice for our jeepney drivers and a few food packs for our tricycle and sidecar boys. Because just for the record, there will be about 30,000 individual can and possibly benefit from FoodPanda system to address 2 million population. And there's about more or less 60,000 businesses. Just for the sake of conversation, if we have 30,000 restaurants, this can help our business community, the people who are, is going to earn from this.
Sir, kailan po ito mag-start and for how many years po?
I hope it will start as soon as possible. Time is always of the essence in times of crisis. In a crisis situation, every hour is crucial. The same thing with COVID-19, particularly with the virus. in this type of virus. This is a very unique virus wherein even a healthy person, it seems healthy, but they are not. That's how treacherous this virus is. That's why in this type of crisis, any help addressing a particular problem with regard to the effects of the crisis is very important. So if we can do this as soon as possible, why not?
How about, Sir Mayor, dun sa registration ng ano? They have their president already. Siyempre, we are supposing yung social distancing. Yung president na lang ba nila ang mag-aasikaso for registration for all the members?
I think FoodPanda has a way of doing it,
Yeah.
not violating physical and social distancing. Because this is technology. Any John Doe's and Mary can apply, and depends on the system on how to hire people. So it's up to FoodPanda. The people is there, they have cell phones, they have technology, it's available. Boils down to how fast they can do it. It's there already.
Mayor, sorry, medyo na huli lang po kami.
Sure.
ng konti. So, ibig sabihin po, sa FoodPanda, ia-allow na po yung tricycle.
We're now addressing yung panawagan ng national government that every people should adapt to the new norm. And one of those, two basic new norm. You have to wear a mask, you have to wash your hands, and practice physical and social distancing. These are our new norms. So having that kind of policy, because here we are, hindi mo na pag-meet yung mga gustong kumain sa isang particular space, and food can be made available in their doorstep through FoodPanda. They need a lot of people to do that. And we have a lot of people existing on top source or resources of the city. So why not? Then we'll just adapt to certain laws. It is the city government who creates laws. That's why I want the Vice Mayor to be here to witness the memorandum of agreement between FoodPanda and the City of Manila, so that if there is a need to adjust a particular route or route measure capacity, the RMC of every TODA, then you can adjust, because this is trying times, this is crisis, and laws must address the crisis. Kailangan bagayan yung demand.
So, ngayon po ba pinapayagan ng bumiyahe yung mga toda na natin? O hindi pa po?
Wala nga sila. Wala sila. But remember, food industry is allowed. So if you are in the food industry, you are an essential worker. So we can put them in an essential worker.
Pero how can we assure na, kasi po if they are allowed with FoodPanda, how can we assure na hindi sila sumideline na magsakay pa rin po ng mga pasahero na minsan po kasi may gano'n na hindi naiiwas.
Lahat ng tao pwede magpalusot. It's possible. In fact, I can tell you honestly, our crime rates dropped. Literally dropped. Why? Because policemen is everywhere. So yung magpapalusot, in fact, even cars are being checked nowadays. Mahigpit ang pamahalaan. So if it is under ECQ, you will have that kind of stringent measure. So while it's possible that some will take advantage of this opportunity, but sinong customer mo if it is under ECQ? Wala ka namang customer, because ECQ, you are not allowed to roam around without the pass on a particular day, which is kasi ngayon color coding na, in a particular hour. So it's exercising in futility, sort of saying. But having said, may lalabag pa rin. I pity them, because we are always certain in the city of Manila, when we implement such rule, you have to obey. And you know for a fact, some of them are in jail. Even though this is crisis, we have to be certain with our rules, with our laws, when we implement it. When we say it, it's going to happen. So, ang lagi kong paalala, don't violate because sayang yung opportunity. You might miss the opportunity. Sayang. Ito yung, kung naniniwala ang tao sa principle of temperature, which I believe personally, principle of temperature, if you will apply it into your perspective in life, anything above zero is positive. So why go to that same thing over and over again without earnings, tapos ipagbabaka sakali mo, sayang naman. So, samantalang in this case, kung iisipin mo, kung bibigyan lang ng value ng tao, naganap ang gobyerno ng opportunity, naganap yung private sector, how they can help, tapos nag-jive, so mabibenepisyo tao. So I hope people will cooperate.
Kung
I
may
hope.
mahuhuli po tayo na tricycle driver na
Mahuhuli kasi ang dami natin pulis eh. Ang dami-daming pulis sa kalye.
Parang sa kaya natin, may paparaw pa tayo.
Eh, matatanggalan sila ng prangkisa eh. Because there is a franchise. One, basically, yung franchise nila mawawala. That's one. They can be kicked out from the RMC, the route measure capacity. Two, they're going to be charged violating bayanihan or other ordinances for any person to violate. So if I'm in right mind, like for example, the way I think as sidecar boy, kung paano ako mag-isip dati, binigyan na ako ng opportunity makabiyahe. Ang gagawin ko na lang, susunod na lang ako. Wow, bakit naman ako hindi susunod? Kung nasa tama ang pag-iisip ng isang tao. But as you have said, and as I believe also in you, that there are some. Then that's why I said I pity them, because we are certain about our rules. But those who will follow basic rules will benefit from this, because this is all about people's benefit or those individual in a particular sector. So sayang naman, ano? Nakakaawa, pero wala tayong choice. Minsan maasim man na suka, kailangan natin i-make. Yes, sir.
Yorme, for clarification lang po. So wala pong modifications ng tricycle po na gagawin sa kanila po?
Wala.
Hindi po tatanggalin yung sidecar nila or anything po?
Paano what do you mean?
Yung gagawin yung single motorcycle na siya? Hindi, wala
Pwede
pong
naman, pwede naman. Kasi may mga motor sila eh.
And what kind of may training pa po ba?
Yung training, I give it to the FoodPanda. The food handling system, the accounting system, the payment system, I think it's up to the FoodPanda. Because they're the best person to train such individuals.
May numbers na po ba kayo, Mayor, na
The city of Manila, FoodPanda can top 30,000 individuals. Kasi based on our RMC. And these are perfectly, if we speak of geographical location, this is perfectly in place. Sabihin, nakalatag sila talaga dyan sa community. Pag tinignan mo yan sa mapa.
Last na lang.
Sure.
Yung delivery po, within City of Manila lang po ba? Or may intercity?
Well, if they're going to be allowed in other city, why not? Especially within our boundary. But because as you all know, food industry is exempted from the ECQ, whether it is GCQ or ECQ. Parang ngayon din. Ngayon naman, di ba nakakaranas tayo ng FoodPanda? Nakakita ko, ako, order minsan. It's allowed. It's just that, minamaximize lang natin yung opportunity for the people of Manila to earn, and at the same time, inahanda na natin yung mindset ng the people of Manila to adapt to the new norms, new social behavior. That instead of going to a common place where you enjoy your meal, baka pwede rin, the same time, you can still enjoy your favorite restaurant, your favorite meal at your doorstep through FoodPanda.
Good morning, Mayor Isko. Forgive us, we just came in. We're told that it's going to start at 11 a.m. Lois Calderon of CNN Philippines.
I'm sorry? Yeah.
Sir, can you tell us about this partnership between the City of Manila and FoodPanda? What it is all about? What is the coverage? Go ahead.
One, it covers Manila. Two, it gives an opportunity for those who are gravely affected since day one, which is the transport group. So this is now the opportunity for the city, through the effort of private sectors, to give such income in the coming days while we are at ECQ, or whether we are now going to be under GCQ and as we normalize. There will be new social behavior that's going to be implemented by the national government and the local government na kailangan sundin ng tao. And this is also an opportunity for option or choices for any John Does and Mary to still enjoy their favorite meal at their doorstep. So malaking epekto yung partnership ng Manila at FoodPanda sa buhay namin sa Manila. And if we speak of numbers, there is so much opportunity in Manila. We have about 60,000 businesses in the city. Just for the sake of conversation, if we have 10,000, 20,000 restaurants who cannot operate perfectly under ECQ and GCQ, can utilize this opportunity for them to earn better as business in the food industry. At the same time, for our people to have some level of income, and to top it all, to sum it all, we can continue to practice the new norms, which is physical distancing of every individual. Lesser human interaction, better way to fight COVID-19 in terms of exponentially growing.
Mayor, you've constantly talked about the new normal. Does this mean that even if the lockdown is all or will be lifted, you're bent on asking these restaurants and retailers to stay shut down and instead have their services delivered via takeout through FoodPanda?
No. If we are going to be under GCQ, maybe, I don't know, ayaw kong pangunahan ng IETF, maybe restaurants will be allowed to open. I mean, literally, physically, people can go there. But how they are going to practice or implement physical distancing, it's up to them and up to us to implement and see to it it's being practiced. But having said that, if there's another way of earning, adapting to what we call food delivery system, in this case, FoodPanda, why not?
I'm asking, Mayor, because some local governments, even if the lockdown, they've already transitioned to GCQ, they've asked the IATF for an extension so that even if the retailers, the restaurants are open, well, they're still shut down. So in your case, Mayor, are you bent on, even if the lockdown is lifted, you'll ask these restaurants to, okay, don't open yet, don't have dining services?
No, I want to normalize. With all honesty, generally speaking, I am bent to GCQ. And I want everybody to normalize. Because with ECQ, GCQ, it boils down to the habit of the people, behavior of the people, for us to be successful in fighting together with COVID-19. Because buhay and kabuhayan comes together. We cannot just address COVID-19 alone as government without source. Because the source, existing source, is depleting already. And we're now turning into socialism. Napag-uusapan ng mga tao ngayon is always about ayuda, amelioration. We forgot to think The issue is health. So, having said that, I want to normalize naturally, daan-daan. But the next question is, how are we prepared? How are we preparing? And what is our plan in post-lifting ECQ situation? That's why, as you all know, modesty aside, your city government is actively, aggressively doing mass testing by the thousands every day. Literally every day, in two types. Utilizing rapid testing kit and the gold standard swab testing. And another way, para pag nag-open, talagang lalala. Let's accept the fact, lalala, dadami ang pasyente. Posibleng pasyente. Kaya nga depende sa behavior ng tao. We're putting up so many QF. The one that we built 4 weeks ago, the Delpan Quarantine Facility, it will be duplicated. We're in employees of restaurants, employees of businesses, pwede namin quarantine. If they are found maybe false positive or false negative under RTK, we can house them so that we can help the businesses to go on a normal day. At the same time, we submit them for confirmatory tests. Then, if turned positive, we put them in a healthcare facility. As we speak right now, we are building QF. We are strengthening our QF, quarantine facilities. It will be placed in basketball courts, owned and run by the city, in this case, sports complex. And I'll tell you some. Tondo Sports Complex, Patricia Sports Complex, the Pitan Sports Complex. And now, as we speak, Araulio High School is being built as quarantine facilities. Our goal, hopefully cross finger, about 500 bed capacity. So that we can address the maybe, and hopefully not, the exponential growth of people get exposed because there's GCQ already or normalization. So we have to address buhay at kabuhayan simultaneously. Kasi ang buhay din ng gobyerno is sa trabaho at negosyo, sa income. And those income will be utilized to address the basic problem. And let us not forget why we are here because of COVID-19. We're not here to provide you 3 kilos of rice. We're not here to continue to provide you 1,000 pesos because that is unsustainable. One thing for sure is sustainable is for you to continue to do your job, your normal job, everybody's job, business, but I hope they will follow the new policy with regard to the new normal. Washing of hands, mask, physical and social distancing, unnecessary mingling. Just continue to work, go home, take care of yourself. And lastly, your city government, in our own little way, we will provide an opportunity for any John Does and Mary to know kung yung katabi niya COVID-19 o yung katabi niya PUI. We are now about to launch technology that will identify through people's cooperation and government data will be put inside the technology and people can see real time, on time, every day, the existence of COVID-19 in its 300-meter radius environment. So, talaga mahirap. Mahirap talaga buksan. Pero mas mahirap, nasarado tayo, pero still, tao, anxiety level, ang taas na. Naiinit, mainit, walang trabaho, walang income. Tapos, kami sa gobyerno, maaari, hindi man lahat, maaari, inefficient. Hindi kami efficiente providing assistance. And later on, I guarantee you this is a guarantee, if we prolong this social amelioration, it's just a question of time, wala nang may bibigay ang gobyerno. So it's either we confront it now, directly, literally, we allow to do business, we allow people to work, and hoping, cross finger, that people will behave properly. And your government, we in government, should focus literally all its effort and resources to address COVID-19. Kasi yun talaga ang real problem. These semantics, these programs like this, only addresses the effects of COVID-19. So, but we need sources. We need resources, I mean, to continue to address the real crisis. So, yun ang logic behind it. So, hopefully, ako naniniwala naman ako sa taong bayan eh. Kasi gusto na nila mag-normalize, and I think any John Doe and Mary will not expose himself or herself to a virus. I would always trust, hopefully you and the others, to really behave. May awa Diyos. May awa Diyos. I still believe that a large of people, a large of bunch or group of individuals, that they will behave. Okay.
Mayor, if you'll indulge
Sure, no,
two
go
more
ahead.
questions, please. Thanks
No,
very much.
go ahead.
I grew up in Tondo, actually. I'm a Tondo girl. Now, my friends, my family there actually appreciate what you've done. I
Thank
the
you.
1,000 on top of the social amelioration program that's separate, I understand. Now, it's a good thing that you're making things more sustainable with this livelihood in the FoodPanda, and of course addressing the shield against the coronavirus, the quarantine facilities. So two more questions, Mayor.
Sure.
What is your COVID testing capacity now in terms of tests? From where you want to go, the target, and where you are now? You've mentioned already the quarantine facilities, 500
bed capacity.
500 bed capacity. In terms of COVID testing, what is your COVID testing facility per day?
What is
your
CSI?
target? And then two, sir, FoodPanda, how many drivers will be benefited from this partnership? And is this a temporary partnership? And how is this different from the arrangement now of FoodPanda? Because they've been in the business already before.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Testing. Kung meron na kaming share sa mga taga Manila, your city government is testing more than 2,000 individuals
Per day.
per day. How do we test? How do we proceed and function properly and efficiently with testing? We have a database where it is located. So we surgically, hopefully, we're doing our job well, surgically, if there's presence of PUI and COVID-19 here, we conduct mass testing within the area by the thousands. Why we're doing this? So that we will know as soon as possible time kung kumalat ba siya. So after that, there will be result. In this case, if we, an average, siguro average, just to be safe, 30 to 40. Out of hundreds turn positive through RTK. After confirmation, there is about 20 to 30 individuals confirmed. Then we pull them out as soon as possible. And I think we'll make it better, or maybe best, to double the testing ability of the city when we go to GCQ, because they are more exposed. And we can help companies as a matter of assistance to them by the city government to test their employees for free. Courtesy, yes, courtesy of the city government. Because we cannot just, ask them to continue to bleed also. If we have a capacity, in this case, we have about 70,000 in our hand, and more are coming, and we're partnered with credible testing facilities with regard to test swabbing using PCR machine, then ito na lang tulong namin sa mga negosyante. Because sa mga negosyante, pag tinulungan namin sila, ang tinutulungan talaga namin yung mamamayan, yung tao. So incidental beneficiary lang yung mga negosyante sa approach ng city. Because what we're after is the people who will come in the city of Manila, who will go out of the city of Manila, live in the city of Manila, and will go out of the city of Manila. So doon kami after.
Mayor, sir, is this PCR or rapid test?
Okay. Ganito. Two types ang ginagamit natin. By the thousands, like literally thousands, rapid testing kit. From there, sisikip siya, magkakaroon siya ng possible, probable, turn positive through IgG or IgM. These people, as a matter of policy of the city government, did not and will not define what is IgG and what is IgM. No, we focus on those positive, literally as a whole. So we test them. So liliit na yon through swabbing. Yung test, yung PCR machine. So may numbers kami ngayon sa baba. Then we house them in a healthcare facility. Okay. What's the use of QF? Let me demonstrate it also. Our rapid testing kit in a community, liliit siya, may result. Yung result, dadali namin sila anybody na mag-positive sa RTK, dadalhin sa quarantine facilities. Out na kagad siya sa community. From there, we'll go and swab them. So that hindi naman kami mabubulunan sa aming rapid testing kit quarantine facilities. 2 to 3 days, if she is turned negative, alisin namin siya, balik na namin siya sa community. Certify him or her that he can able to work because he turned positive. Or maybe, depende, no? Baka mamaya, pwede pa namin siyang i-hold for quarantine. It depends. So, the same thing will happen to positive. We put them in a proper healthcare facility, which we have also. In modesty aside, we are the only local government unit who put up infectious disease control center, which is located in Santa Ana, about 60 bed capacity. Out of 90, we produce about 47 safe and healthy patients already. So I'm very grateful to our doctors and nurses. Now, with regard to thousands to RTK, we can now at least, ayoko na magbuhat ng bangko, baka tumaas kasi expectations niyo. We can do 500 a day. Gold standard test swabbing.
Wow, it's expensive.
That's why, going back to your first question a while ago, we need to open. We need to do business. Through business, we'll have income as local government unit. And those income will go back to a particular problem, which is in this case, ayokong kalimutan ng tao, na ang problema natin, hindi social amelioration, hindi 8,000, hindi 3 kilos of rice, hindi yun ang problema natin. Ang problema natin, si COVID-19. Baka lang nakakaligtaan natin na na-excite tayo lahat na ang nangyayari, araw-araw, hinahanap natin kung ano tulong ng gobyerno. No. We have to go normalize, tapos nawala mo pa yung anxiety, nabawasan mo pa yung mga taong naiinip, nahihirapan. Maraming taong nahihirapan ngayon. Napakarami. Maniwala ko sa sobrang init ng panahon. Isang bahay, nakatira 5 pamilya in a 10-20 square meter. I know how it feels. Na yero lang ang bubong mo, na walang kisame. Para ka nasa oven. So I cannot afford that. Nakakaawa ng taong bayan. So it's either we hide or we confront. And I think pag nagsama-sama tayo, I think we will be more successful in fighting COVID-19.
So Mayor, you can say na with the GCQ, you are expecting or talagang nandun na yung fact na lalaki yung
Yes.
dodoble yung kita.
It's undeniable.
What Manila is ready for that?
Well, basically, we are preparing. How ready are we? Ang sagot dyan, gaano kadami yung exponential growth? Kasi, modesty aside, 500 beds is more than the national government capacity. You know, we have 60 beds for COVID-19, fully equipped, owned and run by local government. Now, sapat ba kami? That is remain to be seen. Ayokong pangunahan ang sitwasyon. But prepared ba kami? We are preparing.
Mayor, clarification. So the capacity now is 60 beds, 500 already?
QF, the goal is 500 beds. Quarantine facilities. Quarantine facilities, the purpose of quarantine facilities is for PUIs to be isolated in their family, in their community, awaiting results for swab testing.
Do we have data na kung ilan na yung quarantine facility natin here in Manila and ilan
We have about 100.
Ilan?
We have about 100 na.
100 na po. And ilan po yung hinihintay po?
500 ang balak natin gawin.
Sir, that's 100 beds, Mayor.
QF,
The facility itself, 100 na po?
yes.
How many beds in,
100 bed capacity. The 60 bed capacity is for COVID-19. This is located in Santa Ana Hospital.
okay, so when I look at it now collectively, how many beds are we now?
QF, about 100. COVID-19 facility, about 60. Single room bed capacity. Ibig sabihin, nakakwarto yan, may kama, nasa isang what we call, mas common term, isolation ward. But in this case, it's technical. Infectious Disease Control Center.
But, Mayor, you're talking here of sports complexes, right?
That's QF.
QF. So how many po yung QF now?
Ang goal natin 500. We have about 100 now. We have Delpan quarantine facilities about 60 more or less. We have now Raulio in United Nations, and we have now in our hospital as quarantine facilities. Will be turned magiging COVID-19 facilities. Kasi pag sinabi natin hospital, gusto natin COVID-19 na.
Mayor, ilan po yung sa FoodPanda po? How many drivers?
Well, we have about 30,000. I don't know how much they can utilize. It's up to them.
Mayor, do you agree po with the sentiment that prolonging the ECQ will cause jobs that companies will be forced to lay off their workers?
Yes, I agree with that. The more we prolong ECQ, companies will close. Jobs will be lost. That is undeniable facts. Because companies cannot afford to exist without income, without production. That is a fact. So we cannot afford that.
Okay.
We want to help them. And this is FoodPanda is doing it. So one sector, one industry can now be addressed by FoodPanda, which is the food industry. Food business. Sure.
Sir, other issue po.
Sure.
Saan na po yung 46 na barangay
They're answering their explanation. I wish them luck. I have to submit them to another agency for proper continued investigation.
At saka may 5 pa mayor sa Tondo.
Yung kinakasuhan na yun sa SMART police for criminal offenses.
Mayor, last question.
Sure.
You are talking about the depleting resources po natin dito.
Yes, we are depleting.
Ano po yung plan B natin if ever man na hindi tayo in GCQ, if IATF will not allow, we have plan B?
Then we'll follow and act synchrony with the idea.
Pero hindi na po tayo
Brace yourselves, sort of saying.
Pero hindi na po tayo magbibigay pa ng ayuda.
Well, secret.
Di ayuda po, ilang percent na po namamigay sa SAP?
100% as we speak.
Wow.
Yesterday, we complied with the May 10 requirements. 100%, honestly speaking.
How many population?
185,680 plus families were given 8,000 pesos by the Office of the President through DSWD in Manila, while we have about 607,000 that we address already.
Mayor, malaki na po ba yung naapektuhan sa budget natin for this year dito sa Manila?
Walang naapektuhan?
Malaki na po ba yung
Yes.
naapektuhan?
Because ang ginawa ko, sikmura muna bago kalsada. So those budget purposefully to develop, rehabilitate our roads were converted into social amelioration program via food, medicine, supplementation, and cash.
So kung
There's about almost 2 billion pesos that we spent for the past 2 months alone for social amelioration, and I cannot take that anymore. I don't want to convert the entire city government a socialist country or socialist city. No, we cannot. We have to flourish. We have to engage. We have to do business. We really have to do this. We have to confront this. Kailangan na natin karapin to sama-sama. Kailangan maging matapang tayo lahat in such a way by practicing self-discipline and to continue to move normally. Yung normalcy of the...
Mayor, because the budget for the SAP was taken from the city coffers,
No.
not from the DSWD.
We have our own social amelioration program. We spent about 2 billion pesos already. The national government for the city of Manila spent already 1.4 billion pesos for the SAP and 292 million pesos for other things. Yun ang binigay na sa amin ng national government. And out of 610,000 families, the city of Manila received 16,000 food boxes from the DSWD.
Yung 2 billion mayor, kasama na ba yung kakap, yung 1,000?
Yes, kakap, and so on and so forth. Everything on it, everything na nakita nyo sa city, yun yung kasama doon sa 2 billion.
So 2 billion, that's city government money alone.
Alone.
That's plus 1.2 from the
1.4 billion, DSWD, the social amelioration program. Then 292 million is what we call 1 month share of IRA, katumbas ng 1 month share ng IRA ng isang taon ng City of Manila, tulong sa amin ng national government for other purposes, building facilities, buying medicines, PPEs, and all other things that we can do addressing COVID-19. So the national government helped the local government of Manila in 2 types, addressing COVID-19 and addressing social amelioration program.
Mayor, that's just April, because under the law, we have to provide 2 months. Where will we get the tranche for May?
Well, if you talk of the national government, it's up to them. I cannot answer in behalf of the national government's effort. All we have to do is to wait.
We haven't released it, Mayor?
The second tranche?
That's right.
Wala pa naman. Hindi lang naman kami ang hindi na-releasean pa. I think the entire country. In fairness naman. I have to be fair with that. Yes, sir.
Ngayon nabanggit niyo yung pangangailangan na mag-open na yung business. Ano yung naging consensus po sa FMC meeting?
I cannot divulge you because I made the commitment. It is a common effort. I don't know where did you get the votes, but I have to be honest to my word and commitment when we commit ourselves that it is MMDA who will speak on behalf of Metro Manila mayors.
Pero ang Manila po ba ready enough to give the...
Well, it's a challenging task. It's going to be challenging. Yes, Rapi, I can honestly say that. But I have to try. I have to move on. We have to move on. I cannot allow stagnation. Because in hibernation, stagnation doesn't give you any result. In moving, there is a probability of high success and high failure. I would rather take that journey on moving in or moving on than every day you're gonna ask me, Rapi, ano pong tinulong nyo ngayon sa mga tao. Tomorrow you're gonna ask me the same thing, anong tinulong nyo. Kasi alam natin pare-pareho in our mind, ang tao nahihirapan. Economically, emotionally, physically. So, I think we have to adapt to the new norms. But the new norms needs new social behavior. Yun ang challenge. Kaya, yes, Rapi, it's an honest answer. It's going to be more challenging. But we have to face it.
Another issue ko nabanggit ko kanina yung crime rate.
Oh, kawan ng Diyos. Bagsak talaga.
Pwede mo bang magbigay kayo ng details?
Oh, we can send you a copy of the reported to us by NCR. I think generally I can honestly say as Metro Manila, 61% drop. That is a safe data that you can tell the public. 61% drop. Yung we call it the 8 crimes index literally dropped by 61% on average the way I saw the data, including Manila.
At dahil po ito sa police presence and mga checkpoints. So,
No. Dahil sa walang mananakaw na motor. Hindi. Kasi let's be honest eh. Tapos, takot sila magnakaw. Bakit? Tama ka, Rapi, no? 5-5 ang pulis ngayon sa bawat kanto. So, tapos, anything that moves, unusual, especially on a particular hour of the day, madaling ma-detect ng pulis. Talagang wala makakagawa ng kagaguhan. But, just to tell you, there was an incident and I was worried about it, and I'm now asking our MPD, Manila Police District, to look into it, that there is this a delivery system also being utilized for drug business. And good thing, I'm grateful to the men and women of Manila Police District. They were apprehended at the earliest time. Na may dala silang shabu, yun naman ang dinideliver nila. Pero nahuli ka agad yun. Nabisto ka agad. Then we informed the corporation of that logistical app company na may nangyaring ganun.
Since effective yung checkpoint at police presence, magiging part na po ba ito ng new normal?
We'll see. We'll see, Rapi. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. Kasi it might also affect the normal flow of transportation or vehicular access. So maybe in a given hour of the day, it will continue. But on a normal day, I think we'll try to go back to the old days of peace and order system. Tapos what we have learned in the new situation and can be adapted for our new norms in the coming weeks and months of the year. Because paunahan ko na kayo COVID will be with us at the very least at the end of the year. Not until we find the cure. That's why, going back, we are very grateful that FoodPanda is here.
Mayor, how many are jobless po by your reckoning po in Manila?
We will find out how many businesses will be closed.
Okay, yung sa FoodPanda po 30,000, you said.
How many jobs that we can generate?
Jobless po.
Hindi naman sila jobless. They are now, yung 30,000 na yan, hindi lang nakapaghahanap buhay ngayon. But they're not going to be jobless because their business is to, transport people. But I think when we open, konti lang ang pasahero nila. Kasi remember, doon sa GCQ rules, may mga age bracket na hindi allowed lumabas. And this is also their market. That's why timely FoodPanda came in to Manila to give additional opportunity to those drivers to make and earn a new way of living. No? Maganda to eh, bagong approach. Sayang. Sa araw, gamit nila motor nila maybe on a particular hour, or maybe they can still attach their sidecars, and so on and so forth. We'll play it by ear, sort of say.
So, excuse me, how much does a driver stand to earn in a day if they're going to join this project?
That's a good question.
In terms of the exact number, we don't disclose that specific number. But what I can confirm is that the total earnings opportunity is quite significant, very competitive. It's also flexible in the sense that riders can choose how many hours they work per week. If they want to see it as a full-time opportunity, there's that possibility there. If it's more supplemental, then there's that option also. We pay per order. Yeah, I mean, in terms of total earnings, it's very good.
Thank you so much.